Hello everyone out there on the internet, I'm Jack of all trades and I'm here for Attack on Titan Season 4, Episode 11 I believe, Episode 71 overall, Children of the Forest. That's where Zeke's being held right now, the forest of giant trees, the Titanic forest. We've also, so that's something's going to happen there, but we've got Hanji and the rest of the Levi squad heading to Nicolo's restaurant, I believe, where the Browse family has arrived with Gabby and Falco. So is Nicolo going to recognize Gabby and Falco? But it's all going to come to a head, isn't it? I can see, especially Connie's gonna freak out a bit when he shows up and sees them there, specifically Gabby who shot Sasha, and that will be revealed in front of the Browse family. Oh, this is going to be a lot. Press and play. Again, I'm still under the assumption the wine was spiked a few episodes ago with Titan spinal fluid. I could be completely off about that. But it's a lingering theory in my head. We have also Flock and the Jaegerists, which is amazing. Because it's believed in Eren and Zeke, the Jaegers, the Jaeger brothers. Okay. What's this? Oh! This is when Zeke showed up. What? Oh! Oh, chemical testing, chemical weapons. And then he shouts and transforms them via paths. So this is what oh wow! Okay. So Zeke and Peak and a bunch of Marleyan soldiers showed up to Ragako? That's a lot more than I was expecting. I was waiting for that to be like a demonstration of something, and then Zeke is to be inferred that Zeke showed up with some canisters and did it himself, but okay, a large force, I mean, relatively small, but a bigger force than I expected, showed up for that and then left. I love the banter between these two. Just spitting daggers at each other. Staring daggers, spitting venom. Zachary just died. They're all on their way here. Well, the Jaegerists are, I assume, once they find out. Well, but yeah, they don't actually know where it is yet, because Pixis wanted to use Zeke's location as a bargaining chip with them. Yeah, okay. Rastis. And I guessed from this like shot of the birds falling and like streams like coming off of them and all these clouds, I guessed chemical weapons. I'm gonna jump back. I'll see if I can find the clip of me calling that. The repeated animation does bug me a little because you have done a bunch of different explosions and stuff. Birds falling out of the sky. I don't know what that could symbolize yet. We do have a lot of like clouds and the weird colors and stuff. Chemical weapons, perhaps at some point. But no, that it's specifically for this, and that's what their body is being frozen up. The people in the zeppelin in the airship that got dropped out. It wasn't clear whether they'd been injected or what, but okay. So that's what happened to them. That makes sense. Okay. Real enemy. Children of the Forest, here we go. Yes, they showed up. The Brass family at the restaurant. It's your lucky day, kids. You're all fixing to eat. Yeah. They're on edge because of that. Yeah. Hmm. Oh yeah, because he offered for them to taste his food. Oh. Yeah. Oh, it's all penny in the air, waiting for it to drop. Yeah. As Falco realized. That's the point as well, because yeah, Nicolo knows all these food from out with Paradis, so I imagine his restaurant's quite popular. So he's like head chef and greets people at... If you say that it's Sasha's family, that might get them off your back a little as well, but... Oh, okay. We're emphasizing the wine! We're emphasizing the wine! Oh. Yes, but don't drink on the job, please. No! No, Jean, don't! Oh. And Nicolo likes them as well, to a certain extent, I imagine, so he doesn't... Okay, maybe not. Also, I loved his line earlier of the booze doesn't give a damn what race you are. I like that. I might print that on a shirt actually. Give me time. I've got a screen printing kit. I'm very tempted to do that. My brother. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Okay. Yeah. So. And this is where he came down when he like passed up that bottle before. Yeah, this is see, all these different sort of factions almost, because that throws a spanner into whatever Nicolo's got going on with the Jaegerists, perhaps. But even he seems to perhaps, from what he said to Jean. Yep. Oh, I'm so glad this isn't happening in front of the Browse family. He's just gonna grab her. It's buffering. No, 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 no. Why is it buffering? Aha! He's backing up. It's a shot of the wine. Is he gonna hit her with a bottle? Also, I'm right. Right? I called it. The wine's been spiked, right? I'm gonna have to refresh the page. Oh no, we're playing again. Who killed her? He's got. Oh, Falco! And how much of that is blood, and how much of it's the wine? Oh. Please realize what you've done. Get a hold of yourself, please, please, Niccolo. Or not. Okay. Oh. What are they gonna do? Yeah. And here comes. Oh. Ah. Niccolo. Oh. Oh. Oh, this is wonderful. Oh. Oh, wow. Oh. Oh my god. Ah. Yeah. Gabby, shut up! To take it away from him, right? Please. Mr. Browse, please try and defuse the situation. I don't want him to be angry and vengeful. But equally... She didn't want to. Children of the Forest is referred. Oh, wow. I was way off. It's in reference to Sasha. Wow! Oh my god! This episode's amazing. Come on, man. I really like you now. Niccolo's suddenly a great. Well, I mean, he was always a pretty great character, but oh, he's amazing now. Oh, and they still care. Oh my god, Kaya. Oh my god. Oh, I totally forgot about Kaya. Oh. Oh, yeah, and think how that will affect Gabby as well. Oh my god. Just hearing her screaming down the hall. Yeah. Yep. I'm glad he's like Oh, specifically Zeke's. I called it. I called it! Oh no. So he just needs to shout at any moment. He can just shout and transform into Titans. So what is he waiting for? Is he waiting for Eren and the others to find him? But they don't yet know where he is, by my understanding. Everything that happened in this forest as well. Putting that on the trees. That's a brilliant image. Oh. I want to see how that was depicted in the manga. That's a beautiful shot. You can't prove it until... Oh, wow, okay. Oh, okay, so it's not something they did. It's something that... Well, that makes sense as well in terms of getting access to Zeke's spinal fluid. Okay, that makes sense. So it's more that he was almost ordered to. Okay, so it was just a suspicion he had. Yeah, so Yelena's doing her own thing for Zeke, for her god. The others aren't in on it. Okay. I'm taking it Niccolo and Onyankopon weren't in on it, but just none of them were apart from her. Okay. On the people of Raguko and no doubt other countries. In just one night, yeah. Yeah, I don't... Yeah. Good. Okay. But Niall drank some. I think we've lost Niall. Which I'm... We didn't see him drink any, but he was sitting at the table. All the sins she's committed. That's an amazing lesson for Gabby. Because I hope this has pushed her, or this is a significant thing, and they're not hammering it home as something. What are you doing here? Flock, the Jaegerists are here, and Eren's cut his hand. Again, he's holding everyone here hostage. So, but also so he can talk to the two of them. Oh. True. Flock. Grease. Okay. Very similar to Grice, but no. Okay. Does he know? Is that a part of his plan? Are the Jaegerists in on that? As much as I want to laugh at that joke, Yeah. Oh. Oh, that face. Flock, I liked you up until that smile. I don't like you as a maniacal villain. It doesn't suit you. Hmm. Gabby's sitting right next to Eren Yeager. Oh. Oh. That's going to be a pain to get out of the way. Again, I worked in catering for a while. So does he want to talk at them or talk to them? Two different things. Does he want to hear what they have to say and what they think as well, or... That was a lot. I'm gonna do the same thing for this so I can get these out quicker, because it's less editing for me. And I think if I have anything I want to say afterwards, I'll say it and I'll see what the mid card said. But I'm not gonna scroll through scene by scene and stuff like I have done in the past. But I will do, going forward in future reactions and stuff. Also, it's in my mind, but I feel like we're not necessarily going to do it. But, like, Niccolo said about Falco got some of the wine in his mouth, watch out his mouth, but it might be too late already that he's ingested the spinal fluid from Zeke. But you hit him in the head with a bottle, and that knocked him out, and the bottle shattered. So perhaps they got light directly into his blood as well. So washing out his mouth may not have been enough to circumvent that. And yeah, it's the preview, so cool. Let me just check quickly what the mid-card said for Children of the Forest. Again, I was expecting it to be all those guys, all those soldiers, 30 soldiers, I think they said, and it might be 30 plus Levi, or it might be 30 including Levi, in that forest. Many of which, if not all of which, have drank the wine, except Levi. I don't see Levi as much of a drinker. They'll be children of the forest, like they'll be transformed into titans, and those titans will be the children of the forest. But no, it being Mr. Browse, Papa Browse, it being his little talk about Sasha and being in the forest too long, keeping the kids out of the forest. That was brilliant. Marleyan cuisine. Okay. The regional food of Marley, which consists largely of fish, shrimp, and other various shellfish. That's great, with Niccolo cooking up seafood for them before and Sasha freaking out for how good it was. Served deep fried, steamed, marinated, and in stews with aromatic vegetables. The many styles of the Marleyan cuisine are enjoyed by people worldwide. The famous red wine of southern Marley is often used as a secret ingredient in the cuisine. But it is paired with meals as well. The wine is often used as an ingredient in the food. So there's a fair chance even those who weren't drinking may have ingested it. At least from Niccolo's restaurants. There may be multiple places around distributing, serving food, but from the sounds of it, Niccolo wouldn't have served food that he knew was spiked to anyone other than the sort of military top brass. But my point of Niall not being seen drinking, but if he would, you have to assume he ate something, so I think Niall's gone. Not yet, but he's lost. He's not going to make it to the end. I don't expect many people to make it to the end. I have no clue where the story's going. But then also, the wine went out to the people in the forest, but I think it's unreasonable to assume that the food that was sent out to them was from Nicolo's restaurant. That seems a little hard to believe, so I don't think Levi's ingested any of the wine spinal fluid. But equally, if he has, then this would give us confirmation as to whether the Ackermans are Eldian or not. Because if he's eaten food that has the wine, and Zeke shouts and Levi doesn't transform, then it means that the Ackermans are not Eldian. In which case, Mikasa is completely clear and cannot become a Titan because descendant of the Asmodee's Oriental clan and Ackerman. Whereas Levi is Ackerman and presumably some Eldian guy who visited that brothel. I feel like that's a point that's not going to be mentioned aloud in the series. That, oh yeah, and the food's cooked with it sometimes. I feel like that's a thing just for the people who read the cards to be aware of and wary of. But the explanation of the gas used, so the gas was derived from Zeke's spinal fluid, I believe. I'm just going to check. There's a few little key moments I want to double check without diving too deep into this episode. Let me get these canisters, spraying it out. Several Marleyan soldiers. It's called a gas weapon. So you just made Zeke's spinal fluid into an aerosol. Breathing in just a slight amount makes the subject of you freeze up. They can't control their bodies and lose consciousness. On my command, I send the power of the Titans down the coordinate via paths. Or down to the coordinate via paths. Oh, because the path that Zeke is on to the coordinates to everyone. And then it'd just be those who have, or at least these people who've frozen up. It might be somewhat targeted on a select branch of paths or select tracks of paths to get to certain people, or whatever. But if he sends that, if his shout is just like a pulse through the system, however the hell paths work. But if his yell is just a pulse through the system, through like down everything, that would be kind of crazy. Also, this is the first drawing of the cart Titan without the mask this season. It was the first one where it looks like Peak, and I can actually see the resemblance there in the eyes and stuff there. But so the cart came with Zeke on that mission, along with a bunch of soldiers. And then Zeke stayed and turned into the monkey, into the beast, and surveyed and got Mike's ODM gear. And I assume the soldiers just climbed on Peak's backpack and they got over the wall and away. And then waited for Zeke for when he showed up. And then a bit later, Bertolt Reiner and Ymir showed up. So then Peak, Ymir, and these soldiers then went back, leaving. Oh no, because Peak was there for the attack on Shigashina, so the soldiers perhaps just took her back, or maybe they all went back and then all came. I want to know the logistics of the warriors and these soldiers now as well. Apparently, everything traveling back and forth. But it's cool getting more of that revealed, and I don't think we'll get an in-depth explanation of all that back and forth. But by the time the story ends, we'll probably have enough pieces to figure out who should have been where when. I do wonder if we're ever going to see that gas used, or that, it's already being used. It was used at Ragako. But we still take that idea of his spinal fluid being in the wine for this. So we might just get it in the wine rather than used as an actual gas weapon, as they call it. Okay, Nicolo was amazing this episode. I'll use him for the thumbnail for this episode. I like to not do the same character twice in a row. I like to vary it up a bit. But Nicolo is sort of the big character of this episode. I feel like I've got to put him. I think, yeah, I'll do Eren for the previous episode because him throwing on the jacket bit from the trailer, and Nicolo for this one. Yeah, I want to see this bit where he talks about it. But Marleyans know how Zeke's spinal fluid has been used in the past. About 10 years ago, we conquered a capital in just one night. It's all those flashes. So yes, and that again adds to how Zeke managed to do that massive, all those Titans transform in a specific layout in an arch. Along at the wall, you had Shigashina, and you had Zeke, his Titans on the other side. They'd been paralyzed by the gas. Or potentially even, again, just the injections, but would do that. Or perhaps, actually, Hmm. It's always been a question: do the injections cause a transformation because it's an injury? You know, because like when Grisha injected Eren, I we're not shown that scene particularly clearly, but in all the depictions of it, you never see Grisha then cut Eren or anything. He just sort of transforms. But you have when they're like on the wall, on parody at the port when the soldiers injected Ymir and her followers, then Grisha and the other restorationists, and pushed them off. Seemingly, Ymir transformed mid-fall rather than people transforming when they hit the bottom. So I assume the injections you transform from that injury, whereas from the sounds of it, from the gas, it's now in your system, and then Zeke's shout triggers it. But then what Connie says here is that, oh, but people don't freeze up when they drink it. And Hanji points out, yeah, according to Zeke, who seemingly lied about that. And even then, again, I was wondering, would sustaining an injury be enough to transform people like this? If you've drank it or breathed in the gas, I mean, pricked your finger or something, would you transform? Or would you only transform once Zeke shouts? Don't need to find out either way, but it's a little thing. Yeah, okay. Again, I will watch this again while editing. I'll watch these two again right before I record my reaction to the next episode as well, just to make sure I've got everything. But please let me know in the comments if you think there's anything important I missed, because there's a fair chance I did. And yeah, I've been Jack of all trades. Until next time, bye.